to the sexiest podcast in the Star Wars universe, the 1313 podcast. I'm Jacob.
I'm Tommy.
And to all you Shinies, welcome to the podcast. To all you Regs, welcome back to the podcast. Before we get into this, be sure that you are subscribed to the 1313 podcast, because at 500 subscribers...
What's happening at 500 subscribers, Jacob?
If we
ever hit 500 subscribers.
If we ever hit it, we are going to be giving away your choice of Bad Batch Rex or 2/12 Walgreens exclusive. Walgreens. So you get your choice of either of these at 500 subscribers. And to those that are in our Patreon, yesterday was the first of the month.
It's the first of the month.
Congratulations to Fig Theory for winning this Ahsoka figure. Wow! And for next month, we will be giving away an Umbra Operative.
Ooh, I like that. I like it a lot.
So if you haven't gotten this figure already and you want to get it for 1313, make sure that you are in the Patreon in our Gungan Boss tier for your chance to win this epic figure.
And just so you're aware, we also cover shipping on these figures.
If
you were wondering about that, you do not pay a penny for this. Hence why it's called a giveaway.
Yeah.
Not a giveaway minus shipping. Did you hear about that with Out of the Basement?
No. What?
Out of the Basement is doing their 10,000 subscriber giveaway, and someone was pretending to be them, messaging random people in their community saying, "Hey, I just need you to send me the money for the shipping and we'll give you the giveaway you won."
That's scummy.
Yeah. Anyways, guys, we have fan mail.
Fan mail!
Fan mail.
Fan mail!
From Lungy's Hideout.
Oh, should I show this?
No, don't show my address. Lungy's Hideout sent us a custom Black Series figure, and he
It just dawned upon me that this is our first piece of fan mail.
It is.
That is sick.
And so Lungy wanted me to open it on the show.
Alright, there you
That
go.
was his one request, was that I open this figure on the show.
That's a lot of
for
bubble
all
wrap.
of you, and that is a lot of bubble wrap
Here.
indeed.
I'll cut that up for you.
Make sure you don't damage the figure.
The figure.
This is a custom figure that Lungy made, and I'm very excited to see it in person because I've seen the pictures of the figure, and I am absolutely stoked to get it.
The pictures once, so I'm excited to see it.
Bubble wrap ASMR?
Where does the bubble wrap start? Is
I
the
got you,
question. Okay. I think you should get it from now.
So let's bust the bad boy open.
Bust it open.
Bust it wide.
Bust it open.
Bust it.
Bust it open, Tommy.
Is it busting, Jacob?
It is busting.
Okay, let me just say this man did a fantastic job
And making sure.
at making sure this thing will never go anywhere.
Yeah.
Dang, son.
I feel like we should mute our mics for this part.
No. We good. We here. I got it. Okay.
Okay. You got it?
This is... So if you didn't know, let me preface this. We should explain the story about the 1313th Battalion.
Yeah, so...
Okay.
I'll pull up.
And you'll see images on the screen as well as Jacob is talking about this.
Our good friend Action Display actually happens to be an art teacher. So when we were launching our Patreon, we decided that we wanted a 1313 Battalion trooper for our Clone Trooper tier. So we hit him up and we were like, "Hey man, could you please make us some artwork?" That looks sick.
Dude, I know.
Make us a custom Clone Trooper. And he was like, "Sure," and he did it like at no cost. So absolutely, if you haven't already, go check out Action Display's channel right this very second. Probably the best. I'm going to say it now. He is the best person when it comes to posing any action figures whatsoever. He started doing Marvel Legends, but he has his specialty in Star Wars. If you're not seeing him, go check out his videos. He'll make your displays way better, give you way more inspiration on posing your figures other than just poses like that. So please, if you haven't already, go check out Action Display. Thank you again, Action Display, for making us the artwork for our Patreon. But past that, we made the helmets and stuff, and we had some talks in our Discord about a 1313 Battalion Trooper. So we talked to Your Casual Clone.
Shout him out on YouTube.
Yeah.
Check him out on Instagram as well. Your Casual Clone. He's a German Black Series collector.
And he started making us a figure, and then...
which is actually on its way.
Yes, and
right now.
I am over the moon excited for that. That thing is going to have a permanent home on the table for every single episode, no matter what.
But now we have... This is a custom figure... A character in the 1313th Battalion.
Hold it up to the camera.
It is me, 1313 ARC Trooper, 0438 Tommy, and as you can see, he's up on screen right now. And I just have to say, I am. It looks so freaking cool, man. Like, look at the paint detail on that guy. Look at the paint detail.
This is
so
awesome. The
bottom half of the figure and some of the torso paint is accurate to what the grunts look like for the 1313th Battalion
now
as well.
Now it's time for the taste test.
No. And then you'll also see that Lungi also etched in that 1313 on the helmet. And dude, I just gotta say,
that turned out really cool. It looks way better in person than it did in the pictures.
Dude, I mean, it looked good in the pictures, but
this looks phenomenal in person.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. And I like how there's a little bandolier on the front.
Dang, bro.
Extra ammo pouches. He got the paint. He weathered. He looking good. He looking sharp. Yeah, dude. Is
he supposed to have an antenna? No?
No, he's not. No. This guy does not have an antenna. Like Jesse.
Okay.
But
Jesse knows.
And just be aware that the butterfly joints are glued. It was probably so he could get on all this extra stuff and get the paint on and all that. Mm-hmm. But yeah, dude, this is phenomenal. I'm absolutely floored. It blew away any expectations that I might have had. You can expect to see these 1313 Battalion troopers as we get more of them in every single episode of the podcast. Yep. They will be front and center in every single episode of the podcast from here on out. I know that Lungi is working on custom troopers for Jacob and Jackson as well. Woo! I just got lucky enough to be the first out of the three. So again, I'm floored. I'm just speechless, to be honest. Like, it looks awesome. The figure looks amazing, and
I know it's super good because we're getting like these Black Series, but I'm kind of starting to fiend for a 1313 hot toy. That would be a very expensive endeavor, though.
Oh my gosh, we would just have to probably make one ourselves.
I feel like
we did something like that.
I would want to find somebody that's really good at it, and I would commission it, so that it would look like phenomenal. Yeah,
and yeah. But seriously,
thank you so much, dude.
Thank you so much, Lungi. This is very, very special for us, and
I can't wait for the next one to come in. That will be another unboxing that we do on the channel.
And
if y'all want to, and footnote, if y'all ever want to send fan mail, we might
hit us up.
Yeah, we might set up a PO box in the future, but we trust none of you to hunt us down. So
yeah, you can just hit us up, and we'll hit you with an undisclosed location
if you ever want to send anything. So.
But yeah, thank you again, man. This was really special for us, and
it's another milestone.
It is.
Too bad Jackson's not here to experience it.
I know, dude.
You want me to call him, see if he'll pick up?
No, he's not gonna pick up.
That'd be funny.
He's gonna be like, "Bro, I'm eating ramen noodles and squid."
Yeah, that was his first meal.
And
with
Jacob,
that, did I say join the Discord?
You did say join the Discord.
Join the Discord.
Let's I have a would you rather.
Okay.
I have a would you rather. All right. So you have a choice. You're going on a hot date. You either got a Jawa or an Ewok. Who you taking and why?
I'm not a furry. Neither.
Neither?
Neither.
Dang. I would take a Jawa.
Well,
little honey freaky girl.
At least, okay. I would say a Jawa because at least we know it's somewhat not taboo for humans to date Jawas in the Star Wars universe.
Ewoks, on the other hand,
we don't know yet.
Yub nub, if you know what I mean.
They got their teeth freak me out. I don't like their teeth.
But yeah, I'm going Jawa. That's no question.
Well, good for you.
Let us know who you would rather go on a date with, a Jawa or an Ewok.
This is like what's the Ahsoka species called?
A Togruta.
Would you rather go? Here's a good one. Would you rather go on a date with a Togruta or a Twi'lek?
Oh, Twi'lek, no question.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm going with Togruta.
Yeah. Nah, bro.
This is terrible.
Going down a dangerous path.
This is going down a dangerous path.
It's a dangerous path.
13 gets canceled.
13. Okay, let's get into some Star Wars news, and then let's talk about our weekly topic we got here. Okay, sound good?
Yeah.
So really, the only Star Wars news that there is that's notable for us is that there was the last Obi-Wan Wednesday this past Wednesday.
Yep.
And with that, we had 2 new Black Series reveals. The first one being a Target exclusive Tika figure.
Which I must say, I'm very excited that it is a Target exclusive because it is a niche figure that not a lot of people would want.
Target did a good job with both of their exclusives from the Obi-Wan show. An alternate appearance for Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yep.
That didn't appear a lot in the show, but
Mhm.
collectors will still want, and then Tika.
Yep.
But for some reason, Tika is not soft goods. From the pictures that I've seen, he is all like that. It's like that rubbery material for the whole cloak, which I don't understand because the off-world Jawa is completely soft goods.
I don't know. Maybe some people. Maybe they just wanted to change it up a bit.
Wrong. It was stupid and wrong. That's how I feel about it.
Hasbro.
You stupid Hasbro. You guys ruin everything.
And in sadder news, the HasLab is not getting funded.
No, there's no way. The HasLab has like 9 days left, and it's at like 1,300 of the 5,000 backers it needs.
Yeah, it's at 29% last time I checked. So the sad thing is I feel like this might be in the hole in the sack for.
Well, they didn't advertise this one though. Like
Yeah,
they just showed it off at Celebration, and then that was it.
Well, no, they had like a video review on it on Instagram and on their YouTube. They've posted multiple videos.
I don't know, dude.
I've gotten ads on Instagram while swiping through for it.
They went pretty hard on the Rancor. They did not go hard on this one.
So I don't know. Although I didn't you back it?
I did back it. Yeah, it's back.
Although I didn't back it because there's no room for it on the lightsaber shelf anymore. All of our pegs are full. And when that Kanan saber that's Star Wars news. The Kanan saber won the fan vote, so that will be appearing in Galaxy's Edge soon. So I'm very excited about that because that was the one I voted for and told you all to vote for. So thank you guys for voting for it. But
there was another Obi-Wan Wednesday reveal too.
Oh yeah,
it was the Jabim. Obi-Wan Kenobi from Jabim. That's going to be a common release. You can find that anywhere for pre-order.
And it looks like it's just on the Kit Fisto body with a new Obi-Wan head.
And I'm okay with that.
It looks good.
He's single-jointed knees, though.
And it'll be great because it's another Obi-Wan to flood the shelves. And I picked this bad boy up for $10.
My name is Haja Estri.
I will be making a Haja Estri because he is single-handedly the best character in Kenobi. And I will not be taking any other answer. Haja is supreme.
My name is Haja Estri.
What's the bounty on my head now? 1 million? 2 million? That's so funny. I love it.
Jedi. I love him. But yeah, okay, guys. Jacob.
Are we going to talk about the reveal of the hot toy?
I was going to talk about it after.
Oh, well, we'll talk about reveals now.
Let's do it. May as well.
Might as well. So, Hot Toys revealed the Phase 2 Purge Trooper Hot Toy.
And I was very tempted to pre-order it.
It looks really good.
It looks very good.
It looks very, very good.
And I had to tell myself, calm down. Only 501st Hot Toys. I'm still waiting on that ATRT right now. So I need to hold back.
And you're getting Rex soon anyway.
It's happening soon. So once I get Rex, then I'll get Jesse, and then I'll get Vaughn, and then I'll get our ATRT, and then I'll get Appo, and then I'll get everyone else.
Yeah.
Yes, but anywho. So, guys, if you haven't seen from the title of this podcast already,
we think Rise of Skywalker is the best Star Wars movie, period. Nah.
That's all, guys. We hope you have a great week. We'll see you all in the next episode.
Yep.
Okay. So we decided that we would, in this drought between now and Andor, that we would revisit some of our either favorite Star Wars properties or Star Wars properties that we feel like could hold a lot of discussion. And week to week, we would talk about them. If you have any suggestions for which one you would like to hear us talk about next, be sure to let us know in the comments below. But this week, we decided to kick it off. I mean, we already did one on the Bad Batch, Season 1. But we decided to do The Rise of Skywalker.
Yep, probably one of the most controversial Star Wars movies. Because it is the only one that you really see a large majority of people either liking it or hating it. Unlike The Last Jedi, where you see a majority of people hating it and then a very small portion of people liking it.
Yeah.
And I feel like it was nice for us to start off with Rise of Skywalker because everybody we've talked so much about The Last Jedi. I feel like we kind of beat that.
Especially in our Have a Chat episodes, we talk so much about The Last Jedi, and I just feel like we hit the same points over and over and over again.
So we're going to switch it up a bit. We're going to start with The Rise of Skywalker. And for next week's episode, we will be doing a read-through the Duel of the Fates script.
Yes, I forgot.
And we will be analyzing that because that was the script that got scrapped for the Rise of Skywalker. So we will do a read through of it, and then we will give you basically a summary of everything that happens, what's good and what's bad in it, and if we'll give you our opinions on whether or not we think it would be a better movie.
Yeah.
So stay tuned for that for next week.
But yes, so The Rise of Skywalker. The Rise of Skywalker, when it first came out, sat very high on my Star Wars ranking. It was probably number 3 or 4.
It's still number 3 for mine.
And over the years, as it's been about 3 or almost 4 years now, 3.5 years since it came out.
I feel old.
That's a long, dude. Because of COVID, I feel like the last 3 years feel like 10 years. Everything feels like it's so much
Everything
longer.
feels like it blended together.
Yes, I agree.
Past it all.
But with that movie coming out over the years, it has slowly creeped lower and lower on my list. And that's only because I've found a new appreciation for other Star Wars movies. And again, as with many Star Wars fans, my list is always changing. And I'm sure that the next time I sit down and watch this movie, it will go higher on my list than it is right now, because I do enjoy this movie quite a bit. But there are some things that I'm kind of about. So I just think we should just jump right into the first point.
Why don't we start off and talk about all the things that we like about the movie?
I liked Palpatine coming back. I'm just gonna say it. I liked it. I thought, and yeah, I get that it was very out of left field, but to me,
he got Count Dooku'd into the plot.
Palpatine cloning himself and doing things like that was always a thing in Legends and in the expanded universe. Whether it was Heir to the Empire or, all these different Star Wars timelines, Palpatine was always seeking immortality and seeking to find his way back. It wasn't until the prequels came out that I think people started to dislike the idea of Palpatine coming back, because it kind of goes against the Chosen One prophecy. But I feel like before the prequels, this was something that was like widely accepted by most people through the novels. And so for me, I liked that Palpatine came back. And plus, Palpatine is one of my favorite villains in all of Star Wars. So for me, I was just happy to see him back. And I think for me, a lot of it was the hype. And for you too, the hype of that trailer at Celebration.
When it first happened, you just heard at the end, and everybody was like...
And then Ian McDiarmid walks out on stage and says in the Palpatine voice,
"Roll it again."
We
lost it. We were in high school at lunch.
I was in class, and you and Caleb were at lunch.
Yeah. So
shout out Caleb.
Shout out Caleb. I hope you're doing well. We were at lunch, and we were watching the Celebration stream, and the trailer dropped, and it happened, and we basically crapped our pants, and we were like, our school had multiple floors. We ran up like 2 flights of stairs to like where Tommy was. We busted into his classroom.
Middle of class.
Without an explanation.
I was watching the stream while I was supposed to be working on a research paper.
And then we came in, we were like, "You have to see this, you have to see this." And the teacher was just like, "Wow, thanks guys." And we were like...
At that point, the teacher kind of expected that from us, But yeah, dude, I think that movie, just having Palpatine was perfect for me. I mean, I there's no one else that I really could have seen as the big bad for the Skywalker saga.
Yeah.
And I think that was a big problem that this movie ran into, was trying to tie everything together after the last 2 movies had been labeling it itself as the Skywalker saga. And we didn't get we have Skywalkers dying in this trilogy, but we don't have a lot of renewal and a lot of callbacks. So I think they needed to bring something in to tie it all together. And if anything, Palpatine is a great way to tie things together.
The only thing I think was a little bit dumb about having, I think, Rey be a Palpatine is it made it feel like it wasn't the Skywalker saga, it was the Palpatine saga, because Palpatine's the big bad guy in all of the movies now, and then his daughter's the only one that survives, because Luke's granddaughter, because Luke's dead, Leia's dead, and Ben's dead. So the Skywalker bloodline is over. But Rey changed her last name, so I guess she's technically a Skywalker.
Well, and so that's where there's a lot of debate that goes on about that. And if you don't know where we stand on the Rey Skywalker situation, we believe that Rey is a Skywalker. Yeah. It's not. We're not going to hide that. We're not going to pretend that we're not going to tiptoe around it. But I think that I kind of countering what you're saying, that I think that having Rey be a Palpatine is the perfect way to bring it all together. Aside from her being Ben's long-lost sister, which I think wouldn't have made as much sense. I did get kind of a brother-sister relationship from them, especially in The Last Jedi, but I think that it just wouldn't have made as much sense to me as her being a Palpatine, because the Palpatine has always been the one that's been interfering with the Skywalkers. So it makes sense to pull her into the story more directly to, again, the Skywalker saga. And I'll reiterate, that's what I feel is a shortcoming of the sequel trilogy, is that it labels itself as the Skywalker saga. And a lot of it has nothing to do with the Skywalkers. Whereas the first 6 movies you're directly involved with the Skywalkers the entire time. And, to be fair, the entire movie of episode 8 focuses on a Skywalker. But, I feel like, again, that was a shortcoming of the trilogy as a whole. But we're here to talk about the Rise of Skywalker.
I think. What did you think about the theories that were happening beforehand about Rey being a Kenobi?
I never liked those theories, if I'm being completely honest with you. I feel like it just wouldn't. Not that it would break canon, but I don't know. Like, Obi-Wan was a hermit after the Clone Wars. He was on his own, and I don't see Obi-Wan having a love interest. Plus, Satine was Obi-Wan's like true love. Like, that was it for Obi-Wan, and when she dies, that's it. I feel like unless they had some secret child, and then I think Rey would be more of a granddaughter to someone like Obi-Wan than she would be a
you
child.
You forget though. I think I had a brother. She could have been the daughter of Obi-Wan's brother and part of the Kenobi bloodline.
Now, just imagine explaining that in the movies, though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That definitely would have been tough.
That would have been tough to explain. Okay, so Obi-Wan had a brother, and his brother got married. It's kind of the same way that they rushed the whole Palpatine thing. Yeah. With like, oh, it's a Palpatine's son, but he's not actually his son, he's a clone. And he married this random woman who's very strong, and then they got together, and they had Rey, and she's his granddaughter. That's it. Like, I feel like it would have been the same way if she was a Kenobi.
I think one of the biggest shortcomings of the film was if you watch that movie without watching any of the trailers beforehand, it makes zero sense.
You pull up to the movie, and the opening line of the crawl is "The dead speak," and you're like, "Huh? Palpatine's back?" Yeah. It's very the whole movie is
abrupt.
It's abrupt. The whole we later this week you will see our Have a Chat with Star Wars Dinks from TikTok.
A puppet.
And
awesome puppet.
That whole thing is like we just said in that whole movie is just like you're just screaming and hollering the whole time. You're
on the ride and it's nothing but downhill.
I feel like I have whiplash at parts of the movie, from how abrupt everything is.
Yeah. I think that's my biggest complaint about the movie is it's way too fast.
I would have been okay with The Rise of Skywalker being a 4-hour movie and giving itself time to breathe throughout the runtime, because I think it would have given everything depth.
But then everybody would complain about the length and it's too long, but it wouldn't matter because then we'd have an actually like
the more Star Wars I get, the better. That's how I am with it.
Yeah, I wish it was longer because there's stuff in the novelization of the book, the novelization of the movie that really expands on different things that you don't see in the movie but are supposed to be canon.
What was just such a damn shame, in my opinion, was that the underusage of the Knights of Ren. Yeah, I would have loved to see the Knights of Ren do a little more. Yeah. Not just in that movie, but again, like I know we're trying to just talk about this movie, but the whole trilogy, I would have loved to see more from them.
Yeah. Little underused, but that's okay.
That's okay, yeah.
Because it's not like they were like a super main
They're still cool, they're still badass, but I think that I just would have liked to have seen more of them.
I think one of my favorite things about this movie, though, is the cinematography. It's another thing I really like about The Last Jedi and going into this movie. There are some really, really cool shots. Like that one scene where you get Rey and Kylo doing their force projections and Kylo's on the ground and Rey's in the ship, and it's that shot where Kylo walks in front of it, and it just white pans into the next set. And the fact that they did that practically is awesome, because it was literally 2 sets, like built like in half. And then they filmed it just like having Kylo just kind of like walk in front of the camera during the transition between the 2 sets. So it made it look seamless. It's such a cool shot, and it's so well done. It's things like that in the movie that I absolutely love.
I'm a huge fan of the dyad, the Force dyad.
Yeah.
I think that, again, like, it just makes total sense. A Skywalker and a Palpatine being a dyad in the Force. Like, to me, that makes so much sense. It's a perfect mix of, the worst of the Force and the best of the Force. And I love their connection. I liked it in The Last Jedi, and I like how they built on it in this movie, too.
I was a Reylo stan from the beginning. So.
Hell no. Not me, dude.
What?
No. I was not into a romance between those characters. I saw it more as like a brother-sister relationship than I did a romance.
I liked that it ended in a little bit of a romance.
It was the writers said it was a kiss of gratitude. That's what it was. So for all you little horny little Reylo stands out there.
Lungi, you better watch out, because Tommy better give you a kiss of gratitude when he sees you. Hey, Tommy,
I can't do it right now.
Tommy, where's my kiss of gratitude for Frog Lady? Tommy, where's my kiss of gratitude?
I'm not doing that on camera. Maybe later.
Oh, speaking of Frog Lady,
if you can find
if you find Frog Lady at any point in this video, she's hidden somewhere.
She's hidden.
If you find her, and send it to us on Discord, like a screenshot with a circle around it, and be like, she's right here. The first person to do that gets some stickers and a pin.
Yeah,
we had pins made.
Yeah, we had enamel pins made
of the Clone Trooper helmet. So it's not enamel pins; it's acrylic.
I knew that. I don't know what you're talking about.
You're dumb.
Idiot.
You're dumb.
Oh, God, this guy.
I actually have one right over here that we could show off.
Yeah.
It's on my bag. Peep the Boba Fett bag.
The Boba Fett bag.
Right there.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Looks sick.
So that can be yours if you find Frog Lady. She's hiding somewhere in this video.
Woo. But yeah, dude, I don't know, man. I feel like the dyad was cool. I know that's something that a lot of people didn't like, but here I am. The dogs agree with me.
Yeah, they're like, boo! Boo! Downstairs, so.
Yeah. So,
dogs.
Yeah. I like the dynamic between Poe, Finn, and Rey in this movie.
Yeah.
I liked seeing them all together, and I
like seeing them be angry with each other. I think that
it felt more real.
Yeah, it feels like that, because that's what happens like with friend groups. They're not all happy-go-lucky all the time.
No.
You have your disagreements and your arguments, but through those you become better friends, which is what we see at the end.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that having them all be together throughout the movie made me care more about all of them as individuals. I liked everything they did on Pisana. I liked all the banter. Some of it felt not Star Wars, but also we're in a different age of filmmaking.
Yeah.
So I can't really bash that because there are some jokes in The Mandalorian that I won't lie, dude, in the first episode of The Mandalorian when the Mithril is going on in the Razor Crest, I was kind of like, this doesn't like very Star Wars, if I'm being honest with you.
Well, because
felt but then I realized this is a different age of filmmaking.
We've also never had like a real blabbermouth in Star Wars other than Jar Jar
or 3PO.
Well, yeah, they've always been robots and different aliens. So, plus it's the first time we were seeing his kind, so can't really fault it.
You ever seen a fledgling Mythol evacuate their thorax? Didn't think so.
You're a lucky guy. I wonder how that works.
Is it true that you guys never take off your helmets? Your hats?
You guys ever take your hat off? You got a little guy under there, got a little rat under there telling you exactly what to do, like Ratatouille style. Anyway, but what's some more things that you liked about the Rise of Skywalker?
I like the Sith Troopers. I think that every design for the Final Order was amazing. It's so cool.
I love the officers' outfits with like it's all black with just
the technicians with those like red rhino horn helmets. Man, everything like it it just looked so good.
And it was so underused.
And it's sad because we really won't see that design
Ever again.
And it just is such a cool looking design.
Trooper, yeah.
And makes me upset.
It's literally a mixture of the First Order troopers and clone troopers. It's like the
they
best.
Have a T-visor. Yeah.
It's so cool. It's so cool. That was when I first started going on my my journey of trying to get into the 501st, really start cosplaying. My initial thing was I wanted to do a Sith trooper. And I will be going back to that, but Rex is number 1, Echo's number 2. And I gotta start working on that Rex helmet. I really gotta start. I have it covered in Bondo. I just have to sand it. I think that project I'm just afraid of starting.
Really?
Because I'm afraid of messing it up. I'm like, I want to do that justice. So
that's fair though. That's fair.
Like, I look at this and I'm happy with how this turned out, but I still see like imperfections and like things that look wrong, and I see print lines, and if I see that on the Rex helmet, I'm gonna have an aneurysm. Like, I need that to be absolutely perfect, and it's probably never gonna be that way. So I'm gonna beat myself up about
the life of being a perfectionist.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's just I want to do one of my favorite characters justice.
Right.
I
I
really
get it.
do. He's my favorite clone. Top 5 favorite characters.
Fair.
I just want to do him right. I don't want to do him wrong. You know what I mean?
I want to do him dirty.
I don't want to do him dirty.
I want to do him dirty.
Capiche?
But yeah.
Capiche?
My
My dad's from New York, Phillies fan. What's with that?
Forget about
it. My dad is not from New York, nor is he a Phillies fan.
Same.
Go Pirates.
But yeah, so I do like the Sith Troopers. I think the Final Order and those Royal Guards that Palpatine has in there too, with the capes and those weird like Halo looking guns.
Yeah,
those are cool. I like the design of Exegol. I like that there was like a secret Sith planet that they could go to in the unknown regions.
I hope that they use it more, like in like the High Republic, maybe.
What if Mando goes there?
Anyway, but no, overall I think the movie was really good. There's like tons of like nitpicks I can go on.
I feel like nitpicks don't count when you're judging a movie.
The color grading on that movie was really cool. I like how it went from The Last Jedi being a very stark red movie to The Rise of Skywalker being a very blue movie.
Lots of blues and greens and yeah.
I like that. Although red, white, and black are probably like my favorite colors.
Really?
So like The Last Jedi. If I really wish that I liked The Last Jedi more, just because the color palette of that movie is literally my favorite colors. So
yeah.
Oh well.
Oh well. What did you think about Leia's death in this movie?
I appreciated it because Carrie Fisher was no longer with us while they were filming it.
I've heard a lot of people recently say that they would have rather her just have an off-screen death.
I would not.
I feel like she was too central to the story.
She was literally like a main focus of The Last Jedi.
Yeah, right.
I don't think you could just kill her off screen and then bring Palpatine back in the
title
card.
Agree. Yeah.
I feel like that would have been way too confusing, especially for people that can't read.
Illiterate.
But I like the fact that they just reused unused shots from The Last Jedi to just put into the movie, and they wrote scenes around it. It still made sense to the story, and her death was tasteful. It made sense.
Right.
Like the fact that she gave her life so her son would come back was probably one of the most gracious things that she's done. And it just, I never thought about it when Carrie Fisher actually died, but I remember not too long ago, I was looking at something and it really hit me. Like it really hit me that Princess Leia was gone. And I started bawling because I was I'm gonna start crying now about it. I don't know. It's just, you don't think about it like in the moment. It was shocking in the moment. And then it became a meme too fast. So then you laughed about it. And then now that it's gone and the dust has settled, I feel like it's the pain is now exists.
Yeah, I think that Chewie's reaction to Leia's death really does it for me.
Yeah.
And that always makes my emotion.
It used to not make me cry, but when I rewatch it now, it makes me cry.
I feel like I just have a new appreciation for the original trilogy characters.
Yeah.
Because again, like I know I've mentioned it before, I grew up with the prequels, so I have always been more attached to the prequel characters than the original trilogy characters. But over time, as more content has come out and I've grown and matured, I have a new appreciation for them. It's so much to me. My connection with these characters is so much more than cool guy with laser stick and girl that does badass things. You know, it's like, to me, I feel like I know these people.
You look at these people and you're not like, oh, this is just a cool guy in a movie. It's like, when I was on my worst days, I looked to these people to make it better.
Yes, yeah.
I watched their stuff to brighten my day. And when you start to think a bit like that, having a collection kind of like this, it moves away from being like, oh, they're silly. These are people that are collecting toys. They're little babies. It's an extension of my childhood, and it's an extension of who I am as a person. Because you are what your roots carry.
Yeah.
Where your roots start, it just grows from there. And our roots started in Star Wars. And just kind of grew from there. It'll always be a part of us. Even if we walked away from the series, something happened and we absolutely hated it, we'd still be the people we are today thanks to something of Star Wars. A lesson that it taught us. Or a character we like.
Here's where I'm at. Let me bridge off that. Let me talk about something that a lot of y'all be complaining about with The Force Awakens that I'm going to defend.
We're talking about The Force Awakens now? I thought this was the Rise of Skywalker episode, Tommy.
It's late. I'm tired. The Rise of Skywalker, the Force healing. That's where I was getting the Force Awakens from. The Force heal was something in.
That was my foot on.
Is there a duck in here?
No, it was.
Oh, okay. I thought you just crop dusted me right here on the show.
I would too.
I know you would. It was established. Force healing has been a thing. We see the daughter do it in the Mortis arc for Ahsoka. She resurrects Ahsoka, and it costs her her own life. We see Rey heal the snake, and it hurts her hand. You know, we see Grogu heal Grief Karga, and he falls asleep. We see that Force healing takes a lot out of a person.
Anakin's like, you can do that?
Please, save her!
That's the one thing I didn't like about the Force healing, is that it felt really abrupt in Rise of Skywalker, because Rey's just kind of like, so I can do this now? I just kind of figured this out.
They had to establish it, because imagine how you would have felt if they didn't have any mention to it at all. And then
they didn't
she
have that
just
Mandalorian episode. It just happened.
And then she just does it. Like, no, I'm not even saying that. Like on not on Exegol, but on Kef Burr
with the snake
with Kylo when she heals Kylo. Imagine if she just out of nowhere just healed Kylo. There's already people saying she's a Mary Sue, and then she just out of nowhere just heals my man and then dips. People would go ballistic.
Yeah.
So they had to do the thing with the serpent in order to establish it in the film.
No, I think no matter what, I think the fact that it exists now to somebody that has very little to no training in the Force, how did she know about this? But the ancient Jedi texts, which were from the Republic era, those books were from the Jedi Temple. How did they not know about it?
All right, bro,
how did she figure this out?
Let me hit y'all with this.
Because they were blinded by the war and in their own heightened jealousy and ignorance of being, we're cool Jedi.
Their hubris.
And their hubris. They seeked out power in political gain rather than power in the Force. So that left them blind to not only Sidious's rise to power, but the abilities that the Force held for them. Like Force Ghost. That's why nobody knows it, but 3 people.
Let me hit y'all with something real quick. The Jedi and the Sith are trying to get to eternal life. The Jedi are trying to get to it in the sense of being with the Force in a spiritual sense.
The Sith want to live forever mortally.
In a physical manner, yes. So that's why I buy into Palpatine being in the movie a lot more too, is because Palpatine, like, him being in the film, this is what he's always been after, is eternal life. He tells Anakin in Revenge of the Sith that Darth Plagueis was trying to save other people from dying, but he criticizes Darth Plagueis because he couldn't save himself from death, whereas Palpatine is able to save himself from death after Return of the Jedi. Mm-hmm. So that's where I buy into it, you know, because to me, that part of the film, and that's something I criticize about the sequels, is that I feel like the prequels are kind of on their own by the time of the sequels. Like, there's not really a lot of mention about the prequels. But with this is something that has gone literally from the prequels, and it dribbles all the way down into the sequel movies, the very last movie. And you see Palpatine has mastered physically keeping himself alive. Mm-hmm. Whether it's by machinery or dark magic or whatever, you know? Mm-hmm.
But then with the Jedi, it's been established that they can prolong themselves after death already in episode 4 with Obi-Wan calling out with just his voice first.
When Rey force heals, it's a selfless act. Mm. When she heals the serpent, it's because she wants to do it for the serpent. It's not to save her own skin. It's not to do anything, you know? And the same goes for when she heals Kylo. Mm-hmm. She feels Leia's death in that moment, and she sees her son, and she knows how Leia has always felt about her son. And so she heals, at this point he's still Kylo Ren, because she knows that that's what Leia would have wanted. Mm-hmm. And so it's not out of her own feelings for him, because she was ready to kill him in that moment. Like, she would have left him for dead right there. Mm-hmm. And when Ben Solo does it for Rey at the end, I feel like that's why he becomes one with the Force. Not because he's a Skywalker, but because he makes the ultimate sacrifice and takes his own life to save Rey's life. Mm-hmm. Not because of his personal feelings for her, but because of his want to do the right thing. Mm-hmm. That's why I feel like I liked the Force healing in the movie.
Mm-hmm. What did you think about the scene with Han Solo coming back?
I thought that was perfect.
I loved it. I remember lots of people were really upset about it. You're like, it doesn't make sense. How could Han Solo be a Force ghost? Because he didn't have the Force. He's not a
Force ghost.
I always explain it as this. It is a visual display of an inward conflict.
Yeah.
It's literally something that's going on within him, just displayed visually for an audience to see.
Why do you think when he turns around,
he's not there?
And also, he has no sort of like Force ghost aura. Like, we see Luke Skywalker as a Force ghost.
It's very important that they didn't do that aura around him.
Yeah, because
he's not a Force ghost.
He's not. He's just a guy. Mm-hmm. You know? And I did really like that scene. I thought, again, that was a very powerful scene, and that was something that really made me feel something.
And it like almost identically mirrored The Force Awakens with when he kills his father.
I know what I need to do, but I don't know if I have the strength to do it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, when he says "Dad," that gets me. That gets me too.
And when Han says, "I know," dude, that just gets me every time.
I feel like over the years, especially now, I think I just really let myself, like, with movies, I just let myself get hyper emotional. I just let myself get dragged into the story. I feel like IRL, nothing, like, it takes a lot for me to cry about something if I'm, like, really upset about something. With movies, though, like, something small will happen, like, or, like, I'll just be happy about something in a movie and I'll, like, start crying. I don't know.
Yeah, I agree. And it's one of those things where it's like, it just goes to show how much we're into Star Wars. We want to get lost in the story and get lost in the characters and connect with them.
I feel like for me now, it's moved on. It's beyond Star Wars now. I feel like any movie I'll watch now, I feel in some way I can learn to connect with something and feel.
I agree.
Unless the movie's Morbius and absolutely horrific.
Morbius?
I saw this wonderful meme today about it was the newest DC movie. It's this career Suicide Squad with Will Smith, Ezra Miller, and the girl that plays the girl from Aquaman that Johnny Depp sued. I can't remember. Amber Heard. Yeah.
Amber Turd.
Amber Turd, because it's career suicide. But
Get it? I really like the scene with Luke and Rey on Octu.
The one thing I don't like about that scene is the fact that Luke is all blue for his Force Ghost, where every other Force Ghost that we've ever seen is like a blue apparition, but they have color to them.
I didn't really care.
I think it looks silly. It looks like a popsicle.
Luke's robes don't really have a lot of color to them, to be fair. At least like Obi-Wan had his brown cloak and Yoda was green, you know? And then Anakin in episode 6 has a brown cloak on.
I saw this really funny video today. So in Luke's Force Ghost, we never see the hand that was cut off in it. So do you think there's a hand there, or do you think there's a stump? And with that line of thought, at the end of Revenge of the Sith, is Anakin just floating there, limbless?
Anakin, no, in Return of the Jedi.
In Return of the Jedi, is he limbless, or is he just...
No, here's what I'm going to say to that. Anakin is a Force ghost of himself from the moment before he became Darth Vader.
Okay, but then does he have a stump here then?
Yeah, probably.
They got stumps.
Dude, that is crazy.
I never thought about that until I saw this TikTok today, because I wish I could let me see if I can find it real quick. So just so I can give the guys these credits so you can go check them out.
I really liked the whole Leia's lightsaber thing too. I really thought that was neat. Plus Leia's lightsaber with like the rose gold accents.
That scene was so really well done though, having like young Luke and Leia. It was just reuse from older movies, but the way that they did it looked so good.
Yeah. Well, actually, no, it was deep fake.
No, it was they pulled
the faces from older movies.
Yeah.
But they had Carrie Fisher's daughter play the young Leia, and then they had I forget who they had play young Luke.
Yeah, but it wasn't a deep fake. They took the shots from an old movie and put it on the face.
That's what I meant.
So it literally was like a copy stuck on there, and it looked
really so good. And I think it was easy though because they had low lighting, and then they just had to illuminate their faces with lightsabers.
Yeah. So that directional lighting is like the what makes most visual effects look good. It's like their secret sauce. It's why in the original Jurassic Park, the one scene with the T-Rex on the bridge at night and it's raining, that's why that scene looks so good for the time, because there's one light directing it and everything's wet. So you can have things look wet and plasticky, and you can have just one light lighting everything, so everything's casted in shadow, so there's high contrast on everything. So it makes everything look super good.
It also makes good horror.
It makes a really good thriller. And if we want to talk about horror later, I did go see The Black Phone, if anybody wants to hear my thoughts on that at the very end of this episode, because I'll talk about that. I really liked that movie.
But yeah, dude, I thought that Leia's lightsaber being incorporated was great.
And now we have it in the Black Series.
We do, and it looks awesome. That actually is getting ready to ship soon.
Yeah. I don't remember if I ordered it.
I didn't. I think it's a cool looking lightsaber, but I wouldn't get it.
I gotta check the orders.
Yeah, dude, I don't know. I really like that. And especially the way Luke takes his own lightsaber, you know, and he's like, this is no way to treat the weapon of a Jedi. And I like that antithesis to The Last Jedi. It shows how Luke has grown as a character, you know, just from one movie to the next. And I like his talk with Rey, and I did think it was weird that Rey was able to take his X-Wing, because in The Last Jedi, it very clearly looks destroyed. And Luke's door to his hut is part of his X-Wing. So, movie magic, I suppose. That's something that I'm fine with.
It's one of those, it's that J.J. Abrams magic of the somehow Palpatine returns.
You know what my dad brought up to me, too?
Somehow the X-Wing is repaired.
Hear this. Kylo Ren takes an Imperial TIE fighter to go...
They don't have hyperdrives.
To Exegol. And they don't have hyperdrives. And in the novelization of Episode 9, he finds it in the wreckage of the Death Star.
Yeah. They don't have That was another somehow Palpatine returned moment.
Yeah.
Where that movie has so many plot holes in it, but I really don't
But
care.
it's small enough to like the point where I just don't really...
It's not that big
And
of a
who's
deal.
to say that Kylo Ren, Ben Solo, didn't just figure out a way to affix a hyperdrive to a TIE fighter?
How can he could have found an Imperial shuttle just pretty much all destroyed, but he could find the hyperdrive components and install it into the TIE fighter.
And on top of that too, the First Order TIE fighters have hyperdrive capabilities, so you know, and they're the same model as an Imperial TIE.
The only reason why the original TIE fighter didn't have it was so it had the speed and maneuverability that it had, so it was quick.
And then the First Order TIE Fighter is even faster.
Mm-hmm. And then the only reason why the TIE Defender was such a big project was because
It had shields.
it had shields and a hyperdrive.
Yeah.
So, Thrawn, all I gotta say is Thrawn was right. If the Empire focused all of their money on the TIE Defenders instead of the Death Star, they would have been ruling forever. Because they stationed all of their assets into one single thing instead of spreading it between fleets.
And it was all because of Stardust.
It was all because of Krennic.
Stardust.
You didn't finish that book yet, so I can't talk about it. But dang, you gotta finish that.
I know,
book,
man.
dude.
I'm working on it.
You gotta finish that dang book so you can read Ascendancy.
I'm working on it.
They're so good, bro.
Okay.
You told me to read the books first, and I finished the entire series.
I'm a very busy man.
Find some time.
I'm just a simple man making his way in the universe.
Tommy, we work both the same jobs now, and you don't have the academy anymore. You no longer have an excuse. You no longer have an excuse.
I have a life. I have a life. I have a life.
So do I.
That's the classic Jackson line. I have a life.
No, you don't.
I won't do this because I have a life.
No, you don't.
I can't do this. I have a life.
Taiwan, he can't hear us.
He's in the future right now. Why didn't you warn us? Anyway, yeah, I think that if I had to say one other thing about the Rise of Skywalker and the sequels as a whole, I have an appreciation for what they are. Because I don't know. I'm not a person who gets stuck on what could have been or what I think should have been. You know, I look at what we got and I try to make the best out of what we got.
I could sit there and think, if I was in the director's shoes on the day, what would I have done differently?
If I was on the writing team.
If I was on the writing team,
what would I have done differently?
What would have I... I feel like it would be a fun thing if we were to take a Star Wars movie and based off what the previous work was, how would we do the movie like entirely? Like not take what they
That'd be sick.
Not take what they did and then change it. How would we progress the story in a completely different way?
That'd be cool. That'd be cool.
Kinda,
Star Wars rewrite.
That'd be fun.
That'd be a lot of fun.
If we like not necessarily a script, but we kind of made like a PowerPoint of
a
like
screenplay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With what, bro, I've been wanting to do like shorts and like stuff on this channel. I feel like it'd be really funny if like we redid like a low budget version of the.
We have the action figures for it.
The one thing I've wanted? No, I mean like live action. I feel like would be really fun. The one thing I've really wanted to do is I want to, because I have my one wheel XR and Jackson has my old pint. I want to redo that scene where Obi-Wan and Anakin are on the lava. I want to do that on the one wheels.
That'd be sick.
I feel like that would be awesome to do that like
that'd be super
IRL.
sick.
And one wheel's doing a competition right now, but if you do a video on them and then you post it, whatever one they like the most, they'll give a free one wheel too. So
there you go.
I want to do that to try to win.
But
we might have to make that happen.
Like I was saying, I think that what I appreciate about the sequels is it was at this point in the game where Disney was really pushing these movies to come out. I don't blame Lucasfilm. I don't blame Kathleen Kennedy. I don't blame anybody per se. But when Disney got Star Wars, their first thing was they wanted to make as many movies as possible and make a return on their $5 billion investment as soon as possible.
Somebody's shooting outside.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can hear it, but if you can,
great.
They're shooting.
They shooting. But yeah, so they. But yeah, so I think that with those movies, it made. There had to be more of an appreciation for the content. And I think Disney at that point realized that they just couldn't rush these projects out and have these deadlines set. You know, here's 4 months, write the story, film it, and get it done so we can put it in the theaters. You know, now we're in a position where the Star Wars storytelling is more passionate, it's more thought out, and it's more cohesive. And I like that you have other properties in Star Wars that are not putting the sequels in a deep, dark corner, locking them up in a chest and never talking about them ever again. You're incorporating them into other content, just like everything else Star Wars. You know, it's the same as with, like, for the prequels. You know, I get mad when the prequels should be mentioned in a property and they don't get mentioned in a property. But, you know, I'm like that they're doing that with everything now. Hence The Mandalorian.
One way that the sequels connects to the prequels that nobody talks about is right at the beginning of The Force Awakens, when Kylo Ren goes, maybe you should consider using a clone army. And that's the only time
This
we get
is true.
one.
Clone Army was way more effective than the Empire.
Yeah, it's so much. It was just, they were like, oh, it's cheaper.
If it wasn't for Vice Admiral Rampart, screw that guy.
Screw that guy. If it wasn't for Tarkin,
Screw that guy,
screw
too.
that guy.
But,
Anywho.
yeah, I don't really think I have much else to say about the Rise of Skywalker, to be honest.
No. Please.
Win the war!
Win the war! Please let us know what you think of the Rise of Skywalker in the comments below. And if you're even cooler, let's have a discussion about it in the Discord.
Let's do it.
Mhm.
Oh, dude, one more thing I do want to say.
No.
I didn't like the battle. Like at the end when Poe turns around and all the ships are there, I don't feel anything for that. I've tried so many times to, and I don't feel anything because I don't know any of the ships. Like none of them are recognizable. Like yes, you have one shot with Wedge Antilles, and you have Lando leading the charge with Chewie, but like other than that, I don't know any of these ships. Like it's cool, like like oh cool, like everybody's working together. It's not soldiers, it's just people.
There's a lot of ships in there that you should recognize.
I'm saying like they didn't make any notable references to them. They're always like oh just in like a glimpse of a shot.
Well, there's the Nebula class B freighter, which is the medical frigate that we see in episode 5.
Yeah.
There's the Ghost that we see in Rebels. There's 3 of the racer pilots that we see in Resistance.
Okay, but does that make you get up out of your chair and go, oh my gosh?
Yeah, it made me rocket out of my chair with feces.
Shut up, dude. Jacob started flinging feces up at the screen.
I was like, whoa! I was like the rapscallions having a mosh pit at Rise of Gru.
Oh my god. But yeah, I didn't really feel anything for that, but I did really like the fight between Palpatine and Rey and Ben Solo.
The only thing I really hated about that fight was and I am the Jedi, because it felt like and I am Iron Man. It felt
that's because it was.
I know, it felt too much alike it, and I was just kind of like, okay.
Yeah. Whatever. Lame.
Well.
But yeah, overall I give this Rise of Skywalker an 8 out of 10.
Mm-hmm.
Very enjoyable movie, very enjoyable Star Wars film.
Give it an 8.
There's a lot to love. And if you don't have an 8 out of 10 or higher, you're wrong.
I give it a 9 out of 9. Because it's the 9th movie out of all.
Oh, that's so funny.
I know, right, bro?
Anyway.
But
yeah, guys, share with us your thoughts on the Rise of Skywalker. And again, in a couple weeks, we will be doing another one of these episodes. Let us know what movie or TV show of Star Wars you want us to revisit and talk about in depth.
But for next week, we will be talking about what could have been for episode 9.
The Duel of the Fates.
Yes. And I gotta admit, I think it would have been
There's some stuff I like, and there's some stuff I really don't like.
There's some stuff I like, and there's some stuff I really like. So, again, make sure that you are subscribed to the 1313 podcast.
Are you ending the episode?
Oh, I thought we were ending the episode.
Dude, I have a question of the day.
Oh my gosh. It doesn't matter, because make sure that you're subscribed to the 1313 podcast so you can win one of these figures. Now you can do your question of the day.
So, my question of the day.
I thought I came up with it for this week.
Yeah, go for it then.
Oh.
Yeah.
I thought you wrote it down.
Nope, it's fine. Go ahead.
No, I thought you wrote it down.
No, I didn't.
Oh.
Nope.
Okay, then you just go with yours.
I forgot. I also forgot.
You forgot what it was?
We were talking about other things, and I was like, oh, this will be a really good question to ask. And now I'm just like blanking. Well, must not have been that important. Oopsie poopsie.
Oopsie poopsie. I guess we don't have a question of the day.
Wow.
You know what? Here's my question of the day. What is one thing out of Star Wars Legends that you would like to see brought into Star Wars canon?
Ooh, that's a
Whether
good
it's a
one.
character, a story, a video game, what do you want?
Dang, I don't know, dude.
Mm-hmm.
What would I want?
I'll leave that later.
What would I want?
I don't know, Tommy. What would you want?
I don't know.
I know what I want. I really know what I want.
I want Dirge. I want Dirge to be like on screen. I know he's technically canon because he's in the Dr. Aphra comics now, but I want to see Dirge in action on screen. That's what I want to see.
I want to see Starkiller come back.
I knew you would say that.
I love me
you
some
bastard.
It's either that or I want a Star Wars trilogy of Throne Ascendancy, which is canon.
Fair.
It's either one of those, but I feel like right now with Bad Batch Season 2, we're in a really good spot to have that be Starkiller. Or I think Dinks mentioned the guy in the test tube in the next Jedi Fallen Order, the next Jedi. That could just be a redone version of Starkiller.
True that.
So if you want to hear that discussion, I guess you gotta go check out that Have a Chat.
Comes out on Thursday. If you're watching this the day it comes out. Also, normally the day this comes out, it's 4th of July. Now I remember my question was.
Oh,
Happy 4th of July to all of our American friends out there.
Oh,
Happy
say,
Independence Day.
Can you see?
But
By the dawn.
stop it. You sound like Fergie.
What's
Stop
so
Okay, so what Star Wars character do you think most represents patriotism at its core? At its, finest?
Wrecker.
I would say...
Because he likes to blow things up! I don't know.
I would say Clone Commander Thorn
Hmm.
represents patriotism. I would also say that Stila Guerrera represents patriotism. 2 Clone Wars characters right there.
I think...
Thorn because he was willing to fight for what he believed in down to the very last man. And knowing he was going to lose, he knew he was going to put up the good fight. And that, to me, represents a big part of patriotism. And another one is Stila Guerrera, again, going up against insurmountable odds of the Separatist Alliance and a ragtag group of soldiers at your back and taking what you have and winning the day. And again, sacrificing one's own life for the cause. And that, to me, represents patriotism as well. So,
I think Luke Skywalker is a really good example of it. Because he's just a little guy from nowhere who realizes that there's something wrong, and he does everything that he can against insurmountable odds to fight against the evil that is presented for the cause bigger than himself.
yeah,
I think the same.
I like that.
I think the same thing could be said about Ahsoka, because although Ahsoka is part of the system in the prequels, when she realizes something's wrong, she walks away from it. So she realizes when things are wrong and has the ability to, although you were kind of raised into the British colony, when you realize that the British be wrong, you can
Or
step
how about
away
the
from
biggest blaring example? Captain Rex,
Yeah.
or the Bad Batch, the entire group, realizing that something that you are part of is wrong, and knowing that you're literally facing treason going against it, and knowing that you're doing the right thing in your heart. That's why I have my Captain Rex tattoo.
And
right
that's
here
why I
on
have my
arm.
throne. Oh, wait.
That's why I have that, because I love that idea of believing in what is right and doing what you believe is right, and no matter what people say and no matter what tries to get shoved down your throat, you stick by your code, and you do what's right for not just yourself but for those around you. So
With that,
happy 4th of July. There will not be a monthly live stream tonight. We will probably postpone it a week and just do it the following Monday night,
independence.
because I'm going to be celebrating America.
Frick yeah. Yo, sing.
Stop it. Just got to say, guys, sorry if you live anywhere that's not America. America is truly the best country. So I'm sorry for anybody who doesn't live in America. You're really missing out on one of the best holidays of the
You're
year.
being really xenophobic.
Hashtag don't care, don't feel bad. Y'all need to come move out. You know what? Next year for 4th of July, I invite all of you who don't live in America to come down and party with us.
We'll have
for the 4th of July.
13 cookout.
We will celebrate independence. And yes, with that, Jacob, let's talk about our weekly pickups.
Okay.
Okay. So, I got 3 things, but first Jacob wants to show us again.
Be sure that you're in the Patreon under the Gungan Boss tier if you would like your chance to win the Pittsburgh Steelers trooper.
He's orange. He's not yellow.
He looks pretty yellow to me.
Ding dong.
Fine.
Colorblind.
If you'd like to win the Jack Skellington exclusive Black Series Clone Trooper for Halloween. Stop making fun of my disability, Tommy. My only pickup is the Archer you saw him already in the review.
We saw a review of the Night Brother Archer, and then I got finally have one to rock and one to stock.
After weeks of complaining about how he was never gonna get that dang figure.
It wasn't from Walmart though. It's from Amazon.
Yeah, after weeks of him complaining, like me talking about never getting Phase 2 Cody in the Legos. And that was exactly.
I finally got him. And I also got my Mace Windu's from Nerdzoic. You can see reviews of the ARC Trooper and Mace Windu on our channel as well.
Mm-hmm.
Aside from that, though, Mace Windu's laying down because I was getting mad. I was trying to pose him and he wouldn't stay standing. So,
and this is all I had. I'm working on bigger purchases right now when it comes to Star Wars.
Jacob's got some cool stuff in the works.
I got some cool stuff in the works, and there's also a bajillion Legos I gotta buy. So,
but with that being said, guys, thank you again for watching another episode of the 1313 podcast. We appreciate every single one of you. Links to all our social media, our Discord, and our Patreon are below. And we will see you all
make sure that you're
on
following
Thursday.
Make sure that you're following us on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. And also, if you found Frog Lady.
If you found the Frog Lady,
send a picture.
Send a pic. And again, we will see you all on Thursday for our Have a Chat with Star Wars Dinks. Everybody have a wonderful, wonderful day. Celebrate America. Freedom. USA, USA.
Hey, wait, before we go, we gotta hit.
I don't want to get copyright striked.
We're not gonna get copyright striked for this, dude. We gotta hit
don't want to get copyright
for the one time. We gotta hit it for the one time, Tommy.
Am I singing my bass part?
No.
For this?
No, we're just. We got it. Wait, give me 1 second.
Okay.
Give me 1
What
second.
are we doing? It's still happening. Still happening. What's happening? Here we are.
Yes, stand.
Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Hum da da hum dum dum da. Hum da da dum dum da dum da ba do ba do ba do ba do ba dum ba ba dum ba dum ba do ba dum ba do ba dum dum. Hum da dum hum dum 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 da dum hum da dum hum dum da da. Hey, I'm da dum da dum da. Hum da dum da dum da dum da. Da da ba da dum dum da ba ba da ba da.